twice, and my co-host Kevin the Man. We are so excited for today's show, but first, let's listen to our theme song.
Read the article this morning, coffee getting cold. Most complete thing Upland ever told. Troves connecting everything we own. Recipes and reward service structures finally got a roll. Sparklet earnable through gameplay, not the store.
I love this song, Kev. I love this
know,
song.
bro. I mean, it's a good song. You know what I mean?
First time reading something I could actually believe, but I've been here before. Read the promise, bought the floor. Built 138 structures on the faith. 20 million deep and still waiting on the payoff date. Show me, don't tell me, that's the deal. Write it in the code, make the vision real. I want to believe every word you say, but the audit's got receipts from yesterday. Show me, don't tell me, we've been patient long enough. Ship the dream, or watch us call the bluff. We love the game, that's why we're still standing here. Upland revival, 5 years and we're still here.
Let's go.
Man, that hook is so clean.
In the streets with a purpose and
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Upland Revival, man. We're getting started here in just a few minutes, y'all. Enjoy the tune.
Troves become the fuel service structures finally got a reason, finally
What's
got
up,
a
What's up,
Phoenix?
Phoenix? We finally got a comment coming up on our page, y'all. Let's go.
Instead of spending just to run, sounds like everything we asked for, everything we need, sounds like everything they promised back in 2023. But I've been here before, watch the road map hit the floor. Sammys with no trailers, planes that couldn't fly, boats in the marina and nobody could tell us why. Show me, don't tell me, that's the deal. Write it in the code, make the vision real. I want to believe every word you say, but the audit's got receipts from yesterday. Show me, don't tell me, we've been patient long enough. Ship
Cryogenics in the house. What up,
the
bro?
game, that's why we're still standing here. Upland revival, 5 years and we're still here. Look, we're not the enemy, never were.
Word.
The neighborhoods, we rented the Sparklet.
We got
We
the
rented
same.
Sparklet.
Every
We
day,
built
bought
the
the structures
neighborhood.
every
We
week.
built all the structures and got all the things and all the drones and all the things.
Before there was a roadmap. So when you finally write it down, and it sounds like everything we ever wanted, understand why we need more than words this time. We need the receipts, we need the code. Show me, don't tell me, that's the deal. Write it in the code, make the vision real. I wanna believe every single line, but believing isn't building, and building takes time. Show me, don't tell me, the community is here, louder than we've ever been, clearer than we've ever been.
Clearer than we've ever been, baby. Come on, community.
Upland revival.
What's up, just creeping? What up, everybody? All right, we will cut it right there, man. Welcome, 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 guys. So much fun. Kevin and I love coming on here and listening to that song and just kind of enjoying, our life and our journey with Upland and where we're all at, which we are very excited to talk about today because for the first time, I feel like Upland didn't tell me, they showed me. They showed me a little bit about the Troves. They showed me a little bit about the utility. They showed me a little bit about the mechanism. And guess what? I just kind of have to gloat a little bit, right? Because here's the funny thing is we love our community. We love Upland and we love to help build and do whatever they tell us to do. And, Kevin and I got a fire in our ass. Kev called me one day, was like, hey, these new, what was it, Kev? You something attracted you about the scores? Yes, it was, and you were like, hey, we got to build downtown. And I was
Right.
like, all right, dude, anytime
Let's
Kevin
do it.
calls me and says, we got to do something, I'm like, I'm in, let's go.
Right.
So we put millions of UPICs into building downtown, building service structures. And I got to tell you, we got the reward. We got some dividends, boys. We got some ROI. It was dope. We made hundreds and thousands of epics. We had over 8-something thousand sends between Kevin and I within a week's time frame. Because guess what? We built the structures, and I got to tell you, they brought back value to large properties like they brought back Skittles into the 90s, bro. I got to tell you, this was absolutely amazing. To get all the sends that we got, I mean, it felt good. It felt good to get all of these sends to our properties that we built, right? That we thought, why did we buy all these properties? These properties are, there's so much out there. There's so many. And so we bought up properties in downtown. Now the value of our property is up. We got so many sends because of the Troves.
Yeah.
That's exciting, man. Kev, did you participate at all, my brother?
I mean, what's up? What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. I share the same energy with K twice when it comes to the Troves. I mean, the Troves hit well. Like I'm a bit.
What'd you say, bro? Say that again. Say that again, bro. What did you say? Did you give Upland a compliment? I just want to be clear.
Bro, of course, bro. They deserve it. You know what I mean?
They do. They do.
They put a lot of thought into effort into creating the Troves ecosystem. The recipes were a hit. Like it created a grinding network for you to develop goals. I mean, the goals were there. It was rewarding, and for the first time, we actually seen utility with the service structures that we created. And that to me was pretty amazing. So
I mean, it sucks that it was only a beta test and we don't get to keep some of the things and we don't get to kind of stay fresh. But I like that it was at least there. That was the first time in 7 years that there was something tangible that we can actually say that is utility, right? That was utility from all those plants, from all those structures.
Finally, a reward from the work that we actually put in. And I think that was pretty important. I had made a couple comments that, in order to keep players satisfied, that Genesis had to really kind of hit something strong. It sounds like they did. I was pretty pleased with it. I'm interested into hearing what other community members and players are thinking about it. I was pretty pleased with it. I think it was pretty neat.
Talk to us, chat. We finally got the comments coming up on our little thing, so I can see it now when you guys comment. So comment away. Let us know how you guys felt about that. Now, I will say this: it was very time consuming. Right? It's not something that I want to do as much as I did. Which I still didn't. I'm so busy, man. So I may have spent maybe 4 hours total throughout the whole week-ish, like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes there, trying to get all the things, to do all the things that I could be a part of and participate, and all the things. And I loved it. And honestly, like it was exciting because every time I logged in, I got more money from sends. I got more epics. And I was like, oh, dude, I can see the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
I can see with the massive amount of volume of people, millions of players looking for Troves, millions of players looking for, Sparklet Troves. I mean, here's the cool part, man, is now we finally actually have a way to play to earn. You could come into Upland, buy a structure, or buy a property, get a building structure on it, get a bunch of plants, convince a lot of people to come pet your plants, do all the fun things, get the sends, and more importantly, you can collect on your own property. You can send to yourself for free, and when you send to yourself for free, you can collect all your Troves. You can collect all of your things that you want to do.
Sure.
It's amazing, man.
Sure.
I'm getting some feedback from your mic, Kevo.
Oh, my bad, man. There's not much I could do about it right at the moment. I'll try to get that fixed for you. But yeah, I mean, look, the other thing too is I could see how this would keep new players wanting to continue to invest in the platform. Like, because it's not just about like the fact that you can earn rewards. Like I don't know if you're going to continue to be able to earn rewards with the mechanism. I think that they were just kind of showing us what it would do. But as far as earning the rewards long term, I think that'll be essential as the Troves continues to evolve.
I think that those rewards will come with high tier origin uppies.
Yeah, Yeah, no, no,
I
no.
think those, I think you're going to be able to put a level 7, level 6, level 8 origin on your property, and they will do everything you need to get those troves, to find sparklet
Oh,
troves.
that'd
I
be
think the
great.
re
Yeah,
I think the rewards will come with the uppies. I think everything's part of their plan, and looking at it, looking at what they're doing, as long as they don't screw the uppies up any more than they already have, they can fix a few things and really make them worth their while. Uppies, like I said, again, I still think they're the biggest foundational piece to all of this. And when you can automate all those things that I don't want to do for 4 to 5, 6 hours, I can have my
exactly.
uppies. I can have my uppies do that for me because I've invested deeply into uppies. So I can have an autonomous economy, right? I control it with
Sure.
my uppies. And I think that's so brilliant when you're looking from an investment standpoint. I can autonomize all of my economy system to where I can have this uppy do this uppy do this. I can earn upics here. I can earn sparklet over here. I can earn troves doing this. I can, whatever it is, we'll have enough uppies to do that. And I think that's going to be a
Well,
big plus for me. Hopefully, hopefully.
it's fair to say that they made it in a way where a larger player can, like you had mentioned, can do all of these things. I mean, they've already talked about like petting your plants and stuff like that. And then also like a basic tiered, new leveled player that kind of comes in, they can also participate, but they have to work a little harder to work their way up. So they made it
Which is
fun
awesome.
for everyone, which was pretty cool. So I
And the
mean,
value of and the value of big properties are back, dude. Like the value, so you can put multiple
exactly.
structures on one property, and that will increase the value of your property because you'll
Yeah,
have service structures to attract troves. If you've got a good influencer score when you're in an area like downtown LA, which everyone should be in downtown LA right now. There's no reason for you not to be. In fact, during the event, obviously everyone came to said downtown LA to come to our troves, to come send over 8,000 times
exactly.
plus to our properties, which guess what? Provides yield, provides UPIX, provides opportunity, provides utility. Good job,
Yeah.
Upland. Very
And
damn good
and
job.
the other nice thing about it too is the fact that you would have to go into a structure to create a recipe made it even more enticing for, like, let's say that there's a player that can only afford a hot dog stand
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
taco kiosk or whatever it may be, like the fact that 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 structure could create a recipe that someone could be valuable to someone. I mean, the picture is pretty clear that like it's not singling out like the highest, like tiered players. Like it's basically evolved in a way to where multiple people can participate, and
Yeah.
that to me was pretty important because, like, we've been playing this game for 7 years. We've developed a large portfolio, and when someone's coming in that's brand new, one of the major concerns that I had was how are they going to participate and feel like they're not being left behind. And the way that the recipes worked, like, it made sense that they would be able to participate on the same level because like each building has their own purpose. So I mean, it was really well thought out. I mean, they did a really good job in the long-term strategy. My biggest thing is why did it have to go away? I mean, I'm never gonna be fully satisfied. So I mean, like, why did it have to go away? Like, why couldn't it have stayed? Like, in some way, in some shape or form, to just kind of keep us all like motivated, to keep us feeling like the reward is still there. Like something small, something basic. I feel like it shouldn't have gone away. It should have stayed. Because we're still dealing with the lack of utility when it comes to the census, neighborhood rankings. I mean, those are still issues to me that need to be addressed.
And they're deep issues too, and they affect the game and the outcome of the game and the way we play it and the way that we can monetize things. And so again, yes, that is Upland's biggest flaw, as usual, is they tease us a little bit, but at least they gave us something this time. I mean, I'm trying to not take away from that. You know what I mean? Because
Well,
I'm very
Genesis
happy with.
Week is over. Like we gave them their props on Monday, like when we had our last show. But now it's time for the reality to kind of sink in and get back to business as usual. Genesis Week was a success. Like we could easily admit that. And
Yeah.
but now we're still facing the same issues, and we need to discuss them.
Yeah, absolutely. Which are, it's gone again.
Well,
The game is now disconnected. We don't have tropes. We don't have things that are working
sure.
again. We have to wait for bugs, or we have to wait for, X1 or a Don or the co-founders to go on someone else's podcast and let someone else, let everyone else know that, that's other, because they won't come on ours.
Yeah,
So they go
right.
on everybody else's except for ours. Yes, I'm a little bitter about that. Um,
Well, I mean,
but that's
I did find it interesting. I mean, look, part of the Genesis Week was to kind of make the broadcaster of the year. We
yeah.
figured out who the broadcaster of the year was.
Who was it? I don't even
Congratulations.
know. I didn't even know because I didn't get an announcement or anything. So who won? Let's
Yeah,
announce it.
Pigeon, meant to be, like they won the broadcaster of the year. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
But it would have
That's
made
awesome.
sense for for them to go on the broadcaster of the year, and they ended up going on
Did they
the
not go on their show? I thought they went on their show. Which show they go on?
no, they went on the too stupid to win, or too stupid to, yeah, web
Too
3.
stupid to Web3 or something like that. Yeah.
Well, that's the name of their YouTube channel, but to me that didn't make sense. I mean, like I wouldn't say that they're the lowest ranking YouTube show, but they're definitely not the highest ranked YouTube show. So it seems like a little favoritism, and I've got nothing against Too Stupid. He seems like a really nice guy and everything,
It's
but
a great guy. I met him in Vegas. Great guy.
to me that didn't make sense. But since they did decide to go on there, and I am happy for their podcast or their YouTube channel. They accumulated a good amount of views, and hopefully they gain some subscribers from it. But I did have a chance to kind of watch the whole show. And did you didn't have that chance, K, twice to watch it at all, I would
Dude,
imagine,
this is the
huh?
first time I've kind of popped in since the only time I got to pop in last week was to do some trove hunting, and that was pretty much all I had time for to kind of pop in and out. I didn't get to see
Okay.
any of the announcements. That's why I kind of like to pop on here, like to catch up with you. Like, so you guys know we don't prep for the show. We come on here live minutes before, and we're like, "You ready? You ready? Yeah, let's go." Like, we literally just do that because that's all the time that we really have to do.
Mhm.
So we don't prepare for this or plan for this. This is all spontaneous, and we love to have conversation, which is why we love it when you guys comment and engage with us, so we can find out your guys' thoughts, your feelings too about how all this went down. Congratulations to Pigeon. I love Pigeon.
Yeah.
And
And
he
I feel
won.
like yeah, I feel like they deserve it. I mean, they put on a good show.
Great show.
I definitely think they deserve it. They're very informative, and Pigeon, he really does a lot for the community, so he
Yeah, Pigeon's
definitely
great.
deserves it. So,
Absolutely.
but like some of the things that we've kind of been talking about, like kind of makes sense because they had the two founders on the show, and like Edon and Dirk were both on the show, and like one of the things that kind of struck out,
Yeah,
like,
how'd that come out? Did you watch the whole thing? Did
yeah,
you
oh yeah, I
how
watched the whole thing. I mean,
how did they
basically,
speak? How did they articulate? How did it, I mean, I'm gonna have to go check this out now.
yeah. So I mean, basically what was said is that just straight out that they ship the minimal viable version, and they wait for the community to react. And we've kind of heard that, like um through multiple different players, that's kind of how they work, they run it. So but to me, like it didn't really make sense, because like, so if they're shipping the minimal version of something and they're waiting to see how the community reacts to it, to say, hey, this is worth it or this isn't worth it, it doesn't make sense, because Genesis really kind of came out with Troves being the showcase of Genesis Week. which is
Yeah.
fantastic, but it really doesn't make sense based on how they said that they determine which direction to go into, because they really didn't have time to test it out. Like, so they didn't know if the community would embrace it, but yet it was the major showcase, like of Genesis Week. So, I mean, to me, that was a little concerning. Again, I believe that the community, I mean, we just got on here saying that that it was great, it was fantastic, but like, how did they determine that the community would have embraced it and that it wouldn't have been a flop, when we've heard multiple comments from the community that neighborhood rankings using the census was something that the community really embraced, and we've seen more comments, more gameplay strategy, from it than anything else. And again, I know, people will say, hey, it's connected or this or that, but it, to me, I mean, nobody's ever owned an animal before, like, and animals were kind of released at the same time. So, like, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I
like,
mean, I
how
got
did
a few chickens.
how
I got
did
a few things.
they test that out,
And what kind of value are animals going to be? What kind of value will animals give? What kind of utility will they provide for a structure? Will they provide, more rare troves? What is the point of having an
Yeah,
animal?
yeah,
Again,
yeah,
there's just so much that they have to connect. So it's like it sucks that they're just popping out betas. You know what I mean? Like we do got to get some finalization and really like get this thing kind of moving. Like I don't know why it's always a beta test. They definitely beta tested the uppies without beta testing the uppies
right, right, right. Well,
because
I mean,
they dropped a bag on uppies. Being able to merge an origin with any other thing and to not get an origin. If you merge an origin, you should only get an origin. I just don't understand the dynamic of that. I mean, drop the entire ball. With the rarity that could be anything that they wanted to be, and they chose to not do that. And they also chose to, you know, utilize a merge mechanism with Sparklet that could have been so valued. It could have created so much value for these origins and for all these other uppies. But again, it's just throw a bunch of things at the wall and see what sticks. That's kind of their
right.
mantra.
Well,
Um,
I think that it makes sense it almost seemed like, I mean, I got a couple comments, first of all, we don't really see Edon and Dirk very often through the year.
I know,
You,
man.
you
I
know,
was.
and the great thing is they actually came out, they answered some tough questions, they were around. I was a little surprised to see that Dirk couldn't stay for the whole show. I mean, that didn't make sense. I mean, if you only come out once a year, like, at least stay through the whole show, I
He
mean,
didn't say the whole show.
he left probably about 30 minutes early, and I don't know. To me,
Bro, he
it
was busy, bro. He had to get back to trove hunting.
I mean, if you come out once a year, you could stay an hour and a half. I mean, that's just my opinion. But, like, other people may think, that he's too busy and give him all the excuses. But hey, if you only see someone once a year and your community's here, it's Genesis week, it's the biggest week in the game that you built, stay the whole hour and a half, you know?
How about this? How about this? How about actually come on to a show that you have two of the top OGs in your business and your company and your metaverse, and we support you. We've been to Genesis. I was there. I shook hands with you guys. All I want is you guys to come answer my tough questions. It's not an attack. I just wish they wouldn't treat it as such. Like, this is not an attack on Upland. We're here to help save it. And we believe that we're doing that. And honestly, whatever people want to think or not, I think we're impacting it in a great way, in a positive way. I think regardless if people listen to what we have to say or not, there's 80 to 90% of people that align with us and agree with us and our frustrations. And there's nothing wrong with that. We just
Sure.
want to talk about them so that they get fixed. And so they get, accountability for, taking accountability for, right? We just want to move forward with positive production, with the possibility of maybe achieving some ROI or maybe just some fun times, right? And that was fun. And I want to have more fun times when I'm doing that. If I'm playing a game, I want to have fun with it. I want to enjoy it. And I want to know that my money is being spent in a good way, that, hey, this is the only game where I can get a pretty big return. And it showed that through that trove hunting. I got some nice yield on that UPX, which I was able to buy some more properties and some more
Yeah,
uppies, for UPX. I mean, that's the
it
whole
was
point.
great.
It's a
It was
one big
great.
circle of economy if you
Yeah,
can treat it as such.
exactly. I mean, like I mean, the fact that there, I mean, one of the other things too that kind of threw me off is, like Edon had mentioned that when a new player comes back in 3.5 years from now, and like they're going to be coming into like a game that's fully functional, like, so, like, I don't know if they meant that literally, or like, you'll have
Whoa,
to kind
whoa,
of.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Right,
Can we
right,
get a
right.
clip? Can we get a clip of this? Can we pull
I
it
mean,
up?
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna bring it up right this second, but everyone can kind of go view it. And I actually
He
recommend
said,
that
hold
every
on, I just want to be clear that he said that a new player will come in and could do all these things in
well,
3 to 4 years.
no,
That's what you just told me.
he was talking about the perspective of a new player when they come in 3.5 years. The whole game will kind of evolve into to this vision that they've got going on. So it, to me, like, that was a negative thing to say, especially since we've already waited,
Because you've
because
been waiting for so
well,
long.
they've acknowledged as well that things haven't moved very fast. Like, in
Right.
one of the things that they had mentioned was that that they're bringing in AI to kind of help, like, move things along faster. So that's what
Did they bring it in yet, or are they still waiting?
no, no. I mean, they're bringing it in now. They're using it, and they're saying that it's been helping evolve some of these features and kind of get these things rolling a lot quicker now.
Yeah,
So I mean,
what
so
AI
they
is
all.
for.
Exactly. So they're utilizing technology to kind of get things moving, which is great, And so Coach Funk here, he was actually on the show with them, and he's basically saying, he said that people would come in 2 years and it wouldn't look the same. So I think he said 2.5 to 3.5 years is what he said, and I think I kind of said that he said that it would look completely different. So I think we're both on the same page there, Coach.
All right. So
So
kind of what you said, same thing, same concept. I think the perspective is just, yeah, this game has not looked anything like it did 6 years ago. It looked nothing like it did 5 years ago. It looked nothing like it did 4 years ago. It looked nothing like it did 3 years ago. It looked nothing like
yeah,
it did 2 years ago, and so on and so on. And so, in 2 to 3 years from now, I actually hope it doesn't look very much different. I just hope they connect the damn things. That's it. I
well, I
don't
mean,
want it to look different. I just want it to work.
yeah, yeah, no, I mean, they're gonna have to do
Oh,
something. Like,
yeah.
they're gonna have to do something, because as it is right now, like, it isn't connected, and it's hard to feel that reward from gameplay. Like, that's the most difficult challenge right now. I mean, and they even talked about bringing in new players. Like, and they talked about how they were going to start marketing more in the soon future. But
But
they
why?
they also seem to admit that they were working on the fundamentals first. So kind of like back what we've been saying. Like, right now it would be a waste
Good.
of money to
Yes.
market the game, because
It would do more harm than good if you marketed right
yeah,
now
you're going
into
to
a
lose
broken game.
people before
Yeah.
they actually could come aboard and play regularly.
Yeah.
So, what I got out of the discussion was that the game is really still in the fundamental stages. It's not developed yet. They're not spending a lot of money on bringing in new people. they had even mentioned that some of the things that they were doing, they found that it wasn't working. And like they're focusing using AI to develop the program so that they could continue to bring features to the game. They're using the community as a guinea pig to kind of see the things that make the most sense, and they're moving in those directions. So
Okay.
that's what happened. I mean, it's kind of crazy because like it almost seemed like, and me, this is just speculation. It almost seemed like some of the comments that were said were like 2021 to 2024 textbook responses. Like test and ship. But again, and the only reason I'm saying that it doesn't make any sense is because the fact that troves weren't tested and shipped. They were the showcase of Genesis. Animals weren't tested and shipped. And they were the showcase of Genesis. And like nobody knew how the community would embrace them. The things that actually the community actually embraced, none of those features are actually working, and they're being pushed on so that way they can move forward and develop troves, which again, that may be, and it sounds like it could be, the answer to some of the problems that we all are concerned about. But again, it's just it doesn't completely make sense to me.
I just want them to connect the game like they did.
It doesn't completely make sense, man.
And definitely not in 2 to 3 more years. I definitely don't want that. I don't want this to take another 2 to 3 years, especially with AI. If you guys need help, I can use AI pretty well. And I'm not a developer or a coder, but I promise you, Claude, my boy, knows how to do that. And when I command it and prompt it to do it the right way, we could probably absolutely do it. Guaranteed. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I don't know.
I built a $100,000 website with AI, like literally, within 5 minutes. So
I mean, did you hear about all the controversy with Fable?
No, I did not. Not yet.
Okay. Well, the U.S. shut Claude's new model down based on.
Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that.
Right. So the models are so smart now. They're bringing up real concerns for government agencies. So I mean, and that's a whole nother thing. But I mean, the facts are that these models could definitely help, and they're using them and utilizing them. Some of the comments that we had seen in the past is, dude, you guys have AI, why aren't you using them? And they admitted that they are, and it's making things move faster. And this is the fastest they've ever moved, which is absolutely 100% correct. So they're moving faster at this point, and they are utilizing technology. So that's great.
I'll take that.
I mean, but the world feels alive in 2 to 3 years. That's I mean, basically, look, we need to be patient. We need to be patient because things aren't going to feel alive in 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's straight out of the founders' mouths. The pitch is really still later. That's the pitch. The pitch is later. Later on, we'll see things different, and later on, we'll be in a spot where we market to more players. It's all later. I mean,
I'm just taking a nap. I'm gonna wake up in 2-3 years, bro.
Bro, just go watch the podcast or the YouTube channel. Like anyone that's in here, go watch it, and you will see like exactly what I'm talking about.
But you know what? That's why they don't come on here, because they think that we're gonna attack them. They think that we're hostile. We're not. We love Upland. We love all the founders. We love them very much. We just have tough questions that they don't want to answer, I guess. You know what I mean? Because
they went with the players show that they could control the comments that were going to come out.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. And again, if I were them, would I come on this show? No, man. I mean, I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
I
Because
would. See, that's where
I
I'm
mean,
different, bro.
well,
I want all
I
the
mean,
heat. I want
if
all
you
the
want the
smoke. I want all
control,
the questions. I want everything because I've got answers. I've got answers for everything. You want an answer? I got an answer for you. You guys want you ask me a question. I'll give you all the answers. Give me everything. Give me everything you got. Because again, even if I don't have the answer, I want to be up here front and center with accountability, saying, I'm sorry. I apologize, community. I am sorry that I am dropping the ball and I'm taking 2 to 3 years to bring life to something from 7 years ago. I'm sorry, K Twice. I'm sorry, Kevin the Man, that this is not exactly the same game that you guys came into, that you guys adopted into. I'm sorry that we've had to change things along the way to better our company. I'm sorry, K Twice, that we don't want to come on your show. I'm sorry, Kevin the Man. We don't want X1 to come on your show. Like, I just honesty and integrity of what they're trying to do and tell us, like, hey, we love what you guys are doing. We're going to come on your show. We're just give us some more time. Give us more patience because I feel like they're avoiding something where we just have good questions and we have good concerns. And I feel like they're avoiding that. And I just want them to come and talk
well,
to us
it's
and give
not
us the
just
answers.
us. I mean, we
Yeah.
have community questions that people
That's
want
what I'm
answered.
saying. When I
You
say
know?
us, I'm saying the community. I'm not talking me and you.
Right,
I'm
right,
talking
right.
us.
Okay.
Upland Revival. We are one. We are one community. And straight up, they should want to answer all the questions that we all have. And what we should do is we should do a hey, we've got Dirk and Adon or X1 coming on our show, and we want all your questions to the community. Send us your list of questions so we can ask those questions. So that way the community feels like they're being heard too, and it's not just us talking to the founders. I want the
Sure.
community to feel like they're getting actual questions answered. Because there might be questions about web design or
Sure.
whatever's going on that I don't know anything about or how to ask, but they might know that. And that's what I want. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel safe to come on here with us and to be like, hey, all right, Kev, we love what you guys are doing. Let's go. Let's talk about it. How can we
I
help
mean,
you
look,
guys?
here are the facts. I mean, both of us have spent over $50,000 in this game easily. Like, we are a paying customer, and like, it's important to talk and address your customers' concerns. And when you only come out once a year and dodge the questions that are most important and come out with this vision of 2.5 to 3 years later, it's concerning. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not
That's
wrong.
it.
You're
That's
not wrong.
all I'm saying.
No.
Like, it
And,
just
and
it just
hopefully,
it just makes
hopefully they
sense.
reach out and they can come on here and address all these things, and we can ask them, why is it going to take 2 to 3 years? Why? Is it budget? Is it finances? Is it you don't have the right staff? Can they not do the job? If they can't do the job, find someone that can.
That's
Like, I
exactly
guess I'm
why
just
they're
built
not going to
different.
come on here, bro.
I
They don't
know.
want. They're not going to
I'm
admit
just
that.
built, but
They're not
that's
going to
not
admit
hostile. But that's not hostile. Those are
that.
appropriate business questions that I would ask myself in my own businesses.
Oh,
Is
of
this
course,
person, so my question
of
is
course.
why? Why isn't it getting done? How
Right,
can we fix it? Let's fix the time frame. I'll help
right,
you. What do you want? We'll
right.
find ways. But like, that's why they should come on this show. So that we could get answers and we can find ways to evolve this game faster than 2 to 3 years because
Well, I mean, look, I think they should go on everyone's show.
I
I mean,
agree.
they ought to come out.
I
I
agree.
mean, man, when's the last time that you heard that they actually came out and addressed some of the concerns throughout Upland's player base?
Never.
It's been a long time, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty important. I mean, they spit all this game out that that they're testing, and like to do a proper case study, the best thing to do is talk to the audience that plays
Yeah.
your game.
That plays your game.
Like, if you want to really have a test study, if you want the best
It's
test
right
that
here,
you
dude.
can possibly have out there,
It's
like,
right
deal
here.
with your customers, because we're right
Yeah.
here and we could give you all of the knowledge that you need to be successful.
And that doesn't mean that we expect you to do it right away. We just expect you to hear us, hear the community, hear our questions, and give us honest answers.
Sure.
Tell us the honest truth because, yes, they're not going to be perfect questions. We want to ask tough questions so we can, A, help you find out the answer, or B, just get the truth from you so we can know what to expect. That's it.
Well, I think they told us what to expect.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, they really did. Like, I
They
don't know if
did.
Coach is still here in the chat, but Coach asked, "Do you drop systems and let the community figure it out?" Edon said, "Yes, it's easier for them to be shipped, not fully baked, because the community builds the spreadsheets and onboards each player." That's exactly what they said. They
That's
said
like
that.
him saying we're basically
No.
responsible
Let me
for paying
finish
their
this, bro.
salaries.
Bro, let me tell you this, bro. The other thing that surprised me a bit, and I don't mind, but the other thing that surprised me a bit is they said that it was Upland's responsibility to bring the new player to the platform, but it was the community's responsibility to educate them. Yeah, let that sink in. So we're in control of Upland's future. Because if we educate them incorrectly, they aren't going to be the ones educating because they don't feel like it's their responsibility. Is that what they're trying to say?
First of all, if their job is to bring new players to the platform, they're failing tragically. Number one.
They admitted it. They
And
admitted it.
number two, if it's our job to educate the players, great. Start treating us with some respect and some dignity so that we can, because I would love to make videos and educational videos about something that actually works, but it's fucking broken. So until it's not being broken and we're not in beta and we're not
Right.
testing it by paying your salaries, because that's what we're doing. We're paying for all your beta tests, all of our sins, all those hard-earned sins, all those epics that people had to probably buy, some of them, some of these new players, right? Hard-earned money. Right, we're paying their salaries while they kick back and coast, and here we are supposed to educate players. That doesn't even make sense. I would love to educate players. I think that's what we're doing. I think we're educating people like, hey, stick around, because Upland's going to be done in 2 to 3 years. So I guess it's our job to keep them around for 2 to 3 more years while
Yeah.
Upland doesn't get new players and while they don't allow us to educate the players appropriately. Because if they would answer
Sure.
the damn questions that we have, then we could educate the community appropriately. Give me an answer, come on the show, talk to me about what this is, give me the answers, and then I can absolutely help educate the community. And guess what? I can help educate them the exact way that you want me to if you give me the truth. If you give me the honest integrity of say, hey, Kay, this is where we're at. This is what's going
Right.
on. This is why. And if I feel like that's the truth, I will happily share it with my community. I will happily share it and educate everybody that yes, Upland wants us to expect that it's not going to be put together for 2 to 3 more years. They said that out their mouth, apparently. And so I guess that's our expectations. And that's all that I have to educate the community with. That's it. Because they didn't answer any more questions. That's it.
Well, again, they didn't clearly say that. They basically said that it will be
I
a whole
know.
new
I
perspective.
know.
But I mean, it's
But
a
after waiting
little.
7 years, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
far
what I
off.
was going to say. I mean, so basically, it's a 10-year plan, is what it sounds like. A 10-year plan. Like in my opinion, to actually see the vision come alive, and that's a
And
long
if
time.
it's not, and if it's not, then tell us why it's not. Tell us why this wasn't a 10-year plan. Tell us why you had to redirect after 2 years. Tell us why you had to change everything to service structures. Tell us why you had to change all the roadmaps. Tell us why you had to do all these things so we understand it, so we know the roadmap moving forward, because it's changed every year on after every year. So instead of changing the roadmap on us without telling us, come and talk to the people that actually want to understand so that we can help educate the community. Because if that's our job, then damn it, let me do a good job, because I want to do a good job. I want to educate the community, but I've got nothing to educate them on because you can't even give me the answers to the questions that I have. Nobody can.
Yeah. And again, they clearly indicated that the next phase is growth. And resuming growth is basically what they said. And like they found that some of the ways that they were trying to bring people to the platform did not work, and they're revising their strategy. But again, if I were them, in my opinion, I wouldn't bring anyone to this platform until there's something playable to work, because all we're going to do is create a disgruntled customer that doesn't trust us anymore and doesn't stick around, and those players are going to be a lot more difficult to talk out of it than if we were to bring them aboard in 2 to 3 years from now.
You mean like 90% of the OGs that spent 90% of this economy that's actually here
I
already
mean,
and they're all
I'm not
gone?
gonna
Yeah.
answer for all those people, man, like, but I'm just saying, like it makes sense, like why people are disgruntled, in my opinion. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we got for today, man. We keep going. We'll keep beating a dead horse. I don't want to do that again. I just want to have a open table conversation with Upland and really understand where they're going, why they're doing it, what happened, why the trials and tribulations. I'm here for it. I'm ready for some accountability from them, so that we can move forward. And I think if they took some accountability, they would probably bring back a lot of the OG players, that 90% that I was just talking about. And I would love to see all my friends come back to play. That's why we're
Yeah,
here.
that
And I
would be
want to see all
awesome.
my new friends come to play. I want to see all the millions of new people come play the best metaverse game that's ever existed, because that's what Upland is. And come join the best damn community that I've ever been a part of. And that's what I don't want to lose, which is why I'm here fighting for it every day, being honest, trying to be the best version of myself that I can be for Upland while we're on here, doing the right
We've
thing.
already proved it. Look
Yeah,
what we
we
did
already
in
have.
DTLA. How many
Yeah,
sins did we get altogether?
yeah, yeah. Over 8,000 plus, man.
8,000. Eight
That's crazy.
thousand plus.
That's over
Like
200,000 epics
we
right there
put in the
alone. That's
work. We
200,000.
put in the
Yeah.
work. Look at the
Yeah.
some of our other players in the DTLA area. I mean, they did pretty well too. I
What
mean,
about Greek Hansen? Geek Hansen. Geek Hansen. I went to his properties a lot.
yeah, dude, he did good. I didn't check his numbers, but I mean, dude, like we did good. Dude, we're the players that actually put the work in to make this happen. But yet, we're the players that don't get any answers and we get ignored. Like when I
I
ask
know.
questions directly, like
You
to
sent me a
X1.
screenshot of a question, right? I think you did. I think you sent me a
Yeah,
screenshot.
I mean, and
Did they answer your question?
no, of course not.
Do you
That
want to
it's
say
just
what the question
cricket.
is?
I don't I don't even care, man. Like
I
I
do.
don't want to bring
I
it
do.
up,
I do care. I want to hear it
like
all. I want all the
like
smoke.
if they want to ignore their one of their top paying customers, that just says a lot about like the direction that they want to go into. So when
Yeah.
they want to say that they're listening to the community for the direction to go into, but yet they don't listen to the community when they don't like what they have to say, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a problem, in my
Yeah. I
opinion.
agree. Yeah. No
That's a
accountability.
problem.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we are up in revival. I'm your boy K Twice. This is my boy Kevin the Man, and we are so grateful for all of you guys that tune in and sit around here with us and chalk it up and engage and support what we're trying to do and trying to accomplish. So thank you guys for tuning in. And we got some exciting new details. Me and Kevin are putting together some really fun giveaways coming up here in the near future. So stay tuned, stay plugged in. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip side, man. We're gonna play this song out one more time because this song is too good. It is too good. Show me, don't tell me. That's how we gotta do it. Get out there, people. We love you guys. We love the community. Have a
Thank
great
you,
week, and we will catch
everyone.
you guys next week.
Yeah. Read the article this morning, coffee getting cold. Most complete thing Upland ever told. Troves connecting everything we own. Recipes and rewards, service structures finally got a roll. Yeah. Sparklet, earnable through gameplay, not the store. Fishing, farming, racing, everything and more. Plants that matter, neighborhoods that breathe. First time reading something I could actually believe. But I've been here before. Read the promise, bought the floor. Built 138 structures on the faith. 20 million deep and still waiting on the payoff date. Show me, don't tell me. That's the deal. Write it in the code, make the vision real. I want to believe every word you say, but the audit's got receipts from yesterday. Show me, don't tell me. We've been patient long enough. Ship the dream or watch us call the bluff. We love the game, that's why we're still standing here. Upland revival, 5 years and we're still here. Up on the streets with the
Bro, you've been getting into this.
I love it, bro. I love it.
Workshops, Troves become the fuel. Service structures finally got a reason, finally got a use. Yeah. New players walking in and finding something fun. Collecting right away instead of spending just to run. Sounds like everything we asked for, everything we need. Sounds like everything they promised back in 2023. But I've been here before. Watch the road map hit the floor. Sammys with no trailers, planes that